Hi there, welcome to a new video of an over the board game. It was the last game of this season and I was playing with black and this is what happened. So my opponent comes out with e4, I challenge the center, both bring their knights out and have 4 knights out. I didn't notate the game, so I kind of had to think back on what we did. So it's not completely accurate, but this covers pretty much the game, the way it went. Some minor differences, I think, but doesn't really matter, I think, too much. So he brought his bishop out in a quite passive square, I thought. Yeah, okay, so I made some inaccuracies here and there. I played with 80% accuracy, which is not too bad, but still a lot of improvement there. Anyway, the castles. To win a knight through a fork. Oh yeah, he could have taken this, and then if I take, he could have forked the... Yeah, okay, so this is good to know. We could have done this, then I do this, and then he forks me, and I have to step back, and he takes, and I take, and I think we're still pretty much equal. Yeah, it's a drawing position, and we're both have the same amount of pieces. And yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we're pretty much in the same position. No, not the same position, but we're still both the eval bar says in the position I just showed you now, which I could have done. My opponent would be 0.2 points ahead, and now he's 0.3 points ahead. So I don't see too much of a difference. I think it's just a preference. And this is where he made a mistake, but I didn't notice it. I thought, like, well, if he wants my bishop, that's fair play. I mean, having a pawn here doesn't really matter too much. I can, if I take it and reinforce it here, castle this side is pretty good, solid pawn structure. But I failed to notice that his pawn was undefended. This threatens to win a bishop through a eventual fork. Okay, hang on. Okay, I'm not sure about that. Anyway, so I failed to notice this pawn, so I just developed, and he must have realized. I thought, like, well, why is he going first here and then back? But then he probably realized he left the pawn undefended. But now he lost the move. And I thought, like, rather than having him come back in again after he's defended his pawn, make an escape square for my bishop, because I don't want to lose a bishop for a knight if at all necessary. And we're just developing our pieces, and he's now looking at pinning me, and here I didn't make, it's not like a mistake, it's actually the best move, but first he harasses my bishop, and then he made this move, and it made me realize he has the plans to probably put this queen behind it and go sacrifice the bishop for 2 pawns and open up my palace. So, and it took me some time to figure out how to deal with it, but this is how I dealt with it. First I thought, like, my whole idea was I wanted to get my knight here, hoppity hop over here, but obviously I can't do it at the moment, because if I would do it, he can just sacrifice his bishop and he won 1 pawn. So, I mean, like, if I go here, hang on. If I go here, he can sacrifice, and he'd won a pawn. So I did see that tactic. I wasn't quite sure if you would see, but obviously I can't depend on it. Where are we now? Okay, yeah, so So I thought like I need to trade some stuff off so I can go here with my knight defending this square. Something like that anyway. He started pushing some pawns. I took. Okay. And then I thought like let's put a pin on the knight, even though it's protected now. But I thought like maybe I can bring out my queen here. And oh yeah, it's not exactly the way it was, because I think there was a pawn protecting this knight also. Anyway, he brought in another defender. Didn't actually want to go there anymore because it didn't make sense, but I wanted to now this knight is gone, I wanted to bring my bishop over here, trade the bishops off, and then somehow get my knight over here. Still not quite sure why, how, because obviously this queen is still protecting or defending this square. Oh, the queen is defending this square where my knight needs to go to get to here, to hoppity hop. Yeah, so I wasn't quite sure just yet, but I was working on it. He pushes another pawn. This is a mistake apparently. I'm not quite sure, so let's have a look, because it's defended twice by the knight and the queen, but my okay, hang on. So he wants to bring in an hang on. Okay, so if he does this, I can then take, he takes, I take, and and he takes, and it's equal. I'd be slightly up. If that would happen, but anyway, it didn't happen. He went here. Yeah, I think he wanted to get away from any hassle. Didn't quite understand the move. Stockfish doesn't like it. Now I thought like let's at least bring the queen closer. If my I thought like if I trade and bring my I can, I know, I wasn't quite sure. I was still trying to figure out how to get my knight here. Now he pushes my bishop back. He brings in the queen closer. I bring out my rook, activate it a little bit more, and then he offers a trade. And here I finally saw some opportunities to get what I wanted, because I saw like if I take this bishop, is what I did, he's probably going to take with the queen, and now there's only one attacker on this bishop, so I can finally bring my knight over here, even though Stockfish doesn't like it too much. Doesn't think it's a bad idea, but it doesn't like it. I can trade. Oh, actually, he yeah. Okay, this evolution of you to take a bishop. Okay. So then I thought like I can take. So it wasn't actually the best thing, because he said you can go here first, but then I thought like he can just, oh yeah, if I go here, he obviously can't take it here. He needs to first step away. Okay, then my knight would have been there like I wanted. Anyway, I he took, and now I got my knight here. And if he pushes, obviously I can give a check. So that's not to worry. And now he pushes this pawn. Obviously, I can't take it obviously, because then I'm losing a knight. So I went here. This is not the right move. Okay. Anyway, he then decided to push this pawn, which is a mistake. And I thought I was winning a queen, but I wasn't, because it's a discovered attack, but he can actually block the queen. And then I thought like I can bring back this, but then he's going to take me, and I have double pawns. So I thought like, okay, let's trade. He steps back, and then I can win a pawn, because he retakes. I check, and he stepped here. Don't think it's the best square, because now I can take this pawn with the check. He went here. I doubled up the rooks, and then he made a mistake by pushing this pawn, because I think he was maybe thinking like trying to get rid of the rook. So he had a pretty good opening. It was quite solid. Had some threats. At least I thought he had some threats. He did say he was going to try to sacrifice his bishop, so I did feel right. But now obviously I can, because my rook is defending this rook, give a check, and he can't save this rook. So now up a full rook, and I'm certainly in a winning position. And then he started pushing this pawn. And in hindsight, I could have maybe just traded the rooks, traded the knights. He take, I take. But I thought like, nope, let's keep everything defended. And then he pinned the knight. So I thought like, okay, if he pushes, I'm gonna lose a knight. So I step in with my king. He pushes, I step here, and then I knew he had to make up his mind, because if he moves his rook, he's losing a knight. And if he moves his knight, he's losing a rook. So he had to take. So he traded off the rooks, which is obviously beneficial for me. And now he stepped out of the way. Oh, hang on, I'm making the moves. Yeah, okay. So I went here, and then my opponent went here, challenging this pawn. And I saw like if I push, and if he still want to check me, he it's not that he's trapping the rook, but nearly, because there's one square he can go to, and then he actually can bring it back. But he failed to notice that, so he went over here. I know what he was thinking. Maybe he thought like I'll take, and he retake, and we just exchange pieces. But obviously I can just take with the pawn, and he didn't even retake. Oh, hang on, I'm just, yeah. And then I thought like, okay, let's grab the pawn. And I wasn't quite sure why he was still playing, because obviously this is very much a losing game. Maybe he was hoping for a stalemate, I don't know. So I'm bringing my king closer to protect this pawn. He still steps to my pawn. I give a check, and I made a mistake here, because I could have checkmated him within 3 moves. So I'm quite curious to see how. Okay, so checkmate. So this is not what happened, but this is what Stockers recommends. Okay, so you can't go here, 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 here. Wow, okay. This is a little bit too far for me at the moment still. I'm not seeing these kind of checkmates. Not just yet. I can see checkmates with the rooks and the queen, but not like with a knight with the pawns and the king being here. So I did fail to notice. But not to worry. I'm not ashamed of it. So he stepped closer, and I gave a check. And he needed to move away 1 square, I believe it was. And then I strengthened this pawn, so my king can go places if it needs to go somewhere. He attacks my rook. I attack this pawn. He can't save it anymore, so I take. And then he starts to just give away pawns, and maybe hoping for stalemate, I don't know. This, I'm not quite sure if this happened anymore, but I know this pawn was gone at the end of the game. But look, I think it did. But I probably should have taken it with the pawn. But I didn't take it with the pawn, so this is not quite how it went, but it gives you the broad scale of things. This didn't happen either, but I know there's only 1 pawn at the end of the game. That's what I remembered. And obviously now I needed to find stay away from a stalemate, because this pawn can't move. So I didn't want to go for a queen. Yeah, this is not exactly how it happened, because it didn't get into opposition. But we ended up here, and I checked, and he stepped away, and I stepped away, and this knight was actually here, but because he went this way first, but he can't because of the knight. But we ended up in this position where I could checkmate him in the back rank. So, yeah. So I played with 80% accuracy, my opponent's 72. Not too shabby. And last game of the season. So September the season starts for both the Monday and the Thursday. So first summertime, and we have some things in between. Next week Thursday we're playing a simul against a 2200 elo rated player over the board rating, and the week after we have a rapid morning. But I won't be notating. Oh, I'll be notating the game against the strong player, so I'll be putting it up on my channel also. But for now, this was the season. Hope you liked this video and these videos of over the board games. Give them a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, share, comment, etc., etc. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.